What if you could not hear conversations of families and friends, hear their jokes, not being able to listen to music or hear sounds of nature? Wait. Did you strain your ears and brain to hear me? Did you try to increase the volume in order to hear me? I am Prisha and this is my story. Today I would like to talk about my experience as a deaf person who is integrated into normal society. I have severe to profound congenital hearing loss, which means that without my hearing aids, I can hear just a wee bit when someone shouts very loudly in my right ear while I cannot hear anything in my left. I was born deaf and my parents didn't notice until I was 7 months old. I was sleeping and I didn't wake up to a bell ringing nor responded to someone talking. Since I did not hear anything, I would observe body actions and facial expressions and try to reciprocate based on the facial expression, hence depending on visual clues. At 10 months, I got my first hearing aids. Initially, it was all noise after the long silence, and so I kept pulling out my hearing aids to avoid sounds. With hearing aids, it is important to have a speech therapist to help develop speech and language in deaf babies. We found a speech therapist who is now our mentor in this journey and changed our lives. Alaka Holikar is an amazing speech therapist in India, and all her students have succeeded in speaking through auditory verbal therapy over 50 years. She was always firm in her teachings and expected results. Speech therapy is important to help sound perception, comprehension for the speech to follow. It is similar to when we learn a new language. Mine was just tougher as I had to even struggle to hear. Stress was laid on clarity, voice quality, intonation, voice modulation, tone, pitch. Everything was important in the first 5 years. I remember how much I resisted learning and I cried and had so much fear due to the expectation. Nothing was impossible for her and never took no for an answer. She trained my mother who worked with me all my waking hours using the techniques. It was very intense and exhausting listening and trying to speak. Both my mother and Alka ma'am trained me all day and there's a small clip.
Where's your nanny? My nanny is in Delhi. Listen to me.
The following quote by Alka ma'am has motivated my mother to train me all my waking hours. Talk. The more you talk, the better you talk. So talk. Bathe the child in daily language in all the waking hours. My mother has been my biggest moral support. I would learn how to speak everywhere we go, such as in the park, shopping, someone's house, even the washroom or the kitchen. She would train me firmly and intensively to listen and hear the softest sounds in nature. And at home, such as water flowing, birds on the tree, and beats of music through tapping on my leg. I was trained with lots of facial expressions, voice modulation, intonation. My mother used art and creativity to help me express my thoughts, feelings, speech, and increase creative thinking. My mother would sing and hum different tunes to help me develop an understanding of music, which helped me to listen, sing, and feel music, and edit songs for my dances that I create. With the body actions and facial expressions, I was trained to be able to dance to the beats and rhythm. My mother teaches and corrects me even today. Most of us wonder how is it possible to continuously have that encouragement to be able to train her child like that. We worked like a team, and together we enjoyed learning and growing. The following thought is followed by her. Build a broad foundation in the first 5 years. The more you expose the child, the better it is. If I as a mother can't support my child, no one else will. No one can do it better than the mother because she is emotionally attached and is available to the child all 24 hours. Despite the tears and fears, I was highly attentive about my surroundings since every situation was about listening, learning, and repeating. I learned that if I don't hear conversations for a while, even today, my speech can regress. Hence, I have to be constantly talking and listening to English, which is my only language, too. I have picked up others too. A small clip is followed.
Very good. H
the early intervention and persistent efforts, I can nearly do everything. When I was 6, I moved to Germany, a big change of environment for me. For the first time, I got better programmed hearing aids. Suddenly, I heard louder and clearer, and best, I was able to hear new sounds. At my first international school, it was very difficult initially as the teachers didn't know how to support me, but things settled. I was struggling with accents and new languages and being accepted. Started in 2015 in Indonesia. It was one of the toughest phases of my life. The first 2.5 years of my school life were terrible. Non-acceptance and bullying by students and the teacher caused a lot of stress. Added to this, no hearing aid services. Without friends, I became very stressed, isolated, with negative thoughts, feeling unworthy, crying constantly. Then we found an American school, which was the best for me. All the teachers supported me and appreciated who I am. I discovered and blossomed under their care. I made new friends. I started to perform as my passion is in performing and visual arts. I gained back my confidence and strength. My mother started to spread awareness on disabilities on international forums through talks for other parents. I accompanied to perform. I accepted myself better. I don't regret the past as it made me who I am. After 4 years of Jakarta, we moved to Germany. Acceptance and inclusion is much more here. I find this is really giving me the opportunity to grow as a person and to achieve my passions and dreams. I am grateful for all of those who are supporting me and helping me to achieve my dreams, especially my mother, mentor, and teachers. Besides this, it is a constant struggle to hear, find good hearing aids, and understand and cope with my education. Being an IB student in pandemic times and masks, I have to work harder and use a lot of technology, and as a result, I get a lot of headaches and tiredness. But I don't let any of the struggle get into my way. My strength lies in my positive spirit, never give up attitude, hard work, and immense support of my family and teachers. Both my mother and I continue to spread awareness. Our motto is I can do this and that I am strong no matter what the situation is. My dream is to become an independent adult and go beyond schooling and prove to the world that I can do anything. I am hoping I'm able to inspire by saying that no matter what the situation is, we need to come out stronger and keep working hard towards our goal. I also hope that through this, I am able to create awareness and empathy for the deaf. You can follow my journey on Impaired but Empowered on social media, where we support parents online pro bono. Next time you see a deaf person, stop. Try to listen. Be patient and yes, never say, never mind, oh, it's not important. Remember, they are struggling to hear and be heard, and every word matters.